Like, here's the thing, 5, 4, no, okay. Welcome to another episode of Good Enough to Fail. I am your illustrious host, Sabrina Childress Miller. And we have with us today two beautiful, wonderful, awesome ladies who I respect dearly. I respect their opinions. Not only do I respect their opinions, I appreciate that we can agree to disagree, but I feel like on today's topics, we're probably going to agree on a lot. What say you, Crystal?
I agree. Already.
Right? What say you, Dr. Gaynor?
Yep.
So, before we start this episode, I know we usually end with what's going on. But today I want to start with, where can people find you? So, Dr. Gaynor, tell people where they can find you if they want to follow you or, find out what's going on and all those fun things.
Okay, so I am a clinical psychologist in Johns Creek, Georgia, and I own a practice called Peace of Mind Psychological Services. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Peace of Mind Psychology, PEACE. And I also am a speaker. So Dr. Gaynor Speaks also on Facebook and on Instagram. And I also wrote my first book called Nina. What the heck? Sorry. I also wrote my first book called Nina Smile. It's late. I apologize. It's on Amazon and anywhere you can find books, and it's about resilience and just helps families with a workbook in the back about how to work through difficult times together.
Yay! All right, and Crystal.
I am Crystal Winston. I am currently right now just working with private companies, but I am public health administrator. I've been in public health for 23 years now, specifically around sexual health and prevention. I am a sex positive advocate. I'm also an author and speaker. My book is After I Met a Boy, which is about 20 years old. It was in for teenage girls back when, but it might make a comeback considering. But right now I'm working with a pharmaceutical company to do and actually with the city of Chicago to do some kind of education around HIV and other STIs, as I've done for the longest. So, and you can probably find me on social media under CWins1218 in Instagram. That's kind of where I am. Other places is a little bit more private, but you can always find me on this podcast.
There you go. Now, wait, I just thought of something
for a reason, because it's attached to a lot of anonymity in organizations that, but.
Understood. So y'all don't go trying to stalk her, okay? Just follow her on her Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram, right?
Don't be an internet sleuth, all right? But now I do want to say something, because it just made me think of it when the two of you made reference to your books. Crystal, you're in the 20th year, and Dr. Gaynor, this is your first year.
Mm-hmm.
The smile turns 1 year old.
No.
After I Met a Boy turns 20 years old.
Yes. She's actually 21. She can drink now.
Hopefully she's meeting a man now.
Right.
Oh my God, that is the perfect segue.
I'm not a man.
Oh my God, that is the perfect segue, because we're going to talk about friends, relationships, boundaries, and all the things in between. That is the perfect segue, Crystal, because the first thing we're going to talk about is this particular video. And again, all these will be linked to the actual, creator of these particular videos in the description. But a young lady went out with her friends for New Year's Eve. So this is currently a week ago, right? And they were in Vegas, and I think it was either 5 or 10, I can't remember the number, that was in the group. It was a girls' trip to Vegas for New Year's Eve. They had plans at a club. They paid, I guess, got on the VIP list, was gonna have a section, all those things. The club basically said, hey, you have a fat friend. So if your fat friend wants to get in, she has to pay $300, or she can't come in. So they pretty much had a little huddle outside trying to decide whether to pay the $300 or leave the friend outside. Guess what they did? They left the friend outside. The friend literally said, If you leave me here, we're done. And those, I was about to call him a name. Y'all know how I feel about this already. Like, they went inside the club and had whole Instagram moments and videos, whatever, whooping it up for New Year's Eve. And I thought that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. But I'm gonna let y'all jump in. What say you, crew? Y'all leaving her or y'all going with her? What we doing?
No, that's not a friend. That's not a friend. Who are the people that we're going out with? I mean, to me, those aren't really your friends. And if that's what friends are, then no, we are never going somewhere and not coming together. Even if we're not close friends, it's a safety issue too. We're all out late. I'm going to send you home. It's New Year's Eve, a night where a lot of things could be happening. I wouldn't even feel right to do that. What if something happened to you? Just even human decency and compassion. It was just horrible. There is nothing to me that would be more important than taking care of your safety and make sure if we came together, we're leaving together, because no, we're not doing that. But obviously it was more important to be seen and to be cute and do all the things. But where is that really going to get you? Trying to be the hot girl. You're going to be the old hot girl by yourself. Why are you doing that? Yeah, I would be done too. But I shouldn't even have to tell you I'm going to be done. The fact that you did that, yeah, no, never again. We'll never, ever talk again. I agree. That's horrible. Mm-hmm. Crystal?
I mean, I don't have much to say. I agree. First of all, how are you going to call me fat and say I can't come in this club? So that's the problem number one.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, why are we talking about my appearance if we're not talking about that I'm inappropriately dressed or
right?
This, and that's where it stops. And that is even relative, relative to what type of club or what type of ambiance it is. And so my next question is, okay, so they said that I'm fat and I got to pay more. I'm looking at my friends like, so what you think I am? Because for me, there's a lot of words that I try to take out of my vocabulary. Fat is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that I try to take away words that people use to shame other people. Now, if you call yourself fat, that's on you. But that's relative to me. Relative to who? Size is, subjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there are people who might be overweight, but we know a curvy woman on the BMI chart is going to be off the chain. But what does that actually mean? So again, and we also know what other, people deem as fat. That could be, how many times have we heard people say in the modeling industry that a size 8 is fat or plus size? Mm-hmm. So that's problem number one. So you're not gonna be able to call me that and charge me more, and I ain't gonna have no friends that's gonna sit up there and be like, even contemplating my size as it relates to this club. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. That's just like, that's almost saying, so then that's the box that we've checked. So then it's like, you could also say, well, your friend is Black and we're gonna charge her more. Your friend is
discrimination.
Right. It's the discrimination of the part. And that's the part that outside of the friendship, like, why are we going to this club? Like, what kind of exclusive club is this? So we ain't gonna talk about leaving because we grown. So I don't have them type of friends. I haven't had them type of friends since I was very, very young. And that I actually wrote that in my book. Like, that's part of the character's experience is this whole, we come together, we stay together, safety type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they stayed outside for an hour talking about it. After 5 minutes where we didn't decide that we were leaving, I'm not staying there contemplating with you for an hour. The fact that you chose me to not be able to go, I'm good. No, thank you.
I'm not standing outside while y'all talk about my size.
I can't take it off.
I can't take it off of that.
the question was, she was like, well, we were trying to decide whether we were going to split the 300 so everybody could just go in, or, you know, what we were going to do if we were going to go to another club or whatever. But this is the club we wanted to go to. And I was like, okay.
Why? And that's the thing. Once sometimes you gotta stand on the right side of history or circumstances, or and at the point that they said to you, your friend is fat, that's where it stops for me. Because and my friend is Black, my friend has diabetes, my friend over here, she got bad credit. Like, I'm trying to figure out, what's, you know, this friend over here drives a Mazda. Like, I'm confused. Why are we singling that out? And you know why you're singling it out? And that's not the type of atmosphere I would think I would want to be in. And then I would start to look at my friends like, so you cool with this discrimination kind of stuff? So yeah.
See, I'm like, the first thing that I thought, it brought me back to, we took a girls trip. We were in Jamaica, and we went to what's the one on the water? Was it Mobay? No, Mobay. I don't remember. Anyway, it was a place on the water. I'm trying to think of it. It'll come to me in a minute. But long story short, there was so much weed smoke. Even though each floor, it was like open air floors, right? So it was like three levels. There was so much weed smoke, and I don't smoke weed, right? I don't smoke at all. I got sick. Like, I was literally like, ugh. like I couldn't even. I'm trying to lean over the side, over the ocean part, like trying to get some air or whatever. And I told the, you know, it was about 6 of us, and I said, hey, I'm not feeling good. I don't want to ruin anybody's time, right? So we had a driver, and I said, I'm gonna call the driver and, you know, have him come back and pick me up, whatever. I'm going back to the hotel, because like, I can't stay here. But again, I don't want to ruin anybody's time. So I'm being really discreet about it, right? So I'm just trying to like, okay, y'all, like, still kick it, have a good time. All of those girls came out the club with me, right? Except for one. And that was the one girl I brought with me. Yeah.
Wow.
She was like, why we all gotta go? We just starting to have a good time. This, that, and again, I'm over here in between vomits. I'm literally outside of the car, like hanging outside the car, like vomiting. And I'm like, you can stay. I'm not asking you to leave. And everybody else, and again, this girl's more of an acquaintance. She wasn't really a friend, but I was trying to, you know, like, just build somewhere or whatever. I said, no, you, and my man immediately in that moment, you will never ever in life, girl, I will leave you on this island. Like, you will never in life come with me anywhere ever again. And again, I didn't want nor intend for the other girls to leave with me. Even if one of them had come with me, that would have been fine. But again, I was like, no, I'm a big girl. We have a trusted driver. I'm okay. I will go back. And they were all like, no, we all came together. We're leaving together. That is the mentality I want. I need to know you got my back.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not Natalie Holloway and me, and next thing you know, I'm in Vegas, and okay,
Right.
so y'all go out and y'all party. Do you make sure I get home? Do you go home with me and go back and say, okay, well, we're going again? I can't get off of the othering and the discrimination of it. So if for some reason they're fine with that, okay, it's Vegas on New Year's Eve. How are you making sure that I get home safely? I'm in the hotel. You can't hear nothing because it's the club. Like, it's so many red flags to that situation. They come home.
I feel like she's the type of chick that'll like set you up to get robbed or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, she like, I don't trust you. You know what I mean?
That's a good segue.
Right. Come on, introduce it, ma'am. Come on, Crystal. Tell them about it. Tell them about it. What happened?
So there's a video, and you know, when I see all of these videos, I often think of AI. I think of people staging things, because people do that. They do that to see what people's, you know, check the pulse of humanity. But with this particular video, if it is true, some other podcasters were talking about it. It's basically the young. It seems like a couple were out of town or going to the airport or something. They were outside, and they were the woman, and I'm assuming they're a couple. I'm not sure. They got robbed or attacked. It looked like it was somebody just came up, attacked the female with a knife, and the male part of the couple or group of the two of them walked away or ran away. And so in the video, you see her fighting, you see people coming off the street fighting, you see all these people trying to help her and get away. And then I think that they do get the person away. And then at some point back in the frame is the male, is the other half of the couple, if it's a couple. And so in the conversation of the podcast, they were talking about, this kind of dynamic of men and women and being, women feeling protected, and would you date someone and choose differently? And again, this goes right back to the conversation we're having about the girls. It's like, I took it a step further and it was just like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a couple. Like if I'm with my girl and somebody comes up, we fighting. We all fighting. We all going to jail. We all getting cut. We all doing whatever. I'm not just leaving her out there. And, especially it looked like if they were in a different country or a different place that they're not familiar with. Yeah. So my thought process is about how do we choose the people in our lives, and what kind of boundaries do we set? And what kind of expectations do we have? Because of course, everyone in the comments and the podcast was like, as a man, how could you walk away? And I'm just like, yeah, because my partner, not only do I want you to fight, I want you to die. So it's just like, I want you to, but we both going. That's the thing. We both going down.
We both going down in the fight. Okay, we both going down.
I don't know if he know that, but he kind of know. But yeah, so that's that video, and I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's fake, but it don't look right. It ain't right.
And the fact that there were so many other people who jumped in to help her, and he came in at the last minute once it was over, almost like he's in the corner waiting for it to be over.
Yep.
That
and this did he? I was like, well, did he? Even if he went off to call the police, like this is me fighting.
Right. We don't get it in.
But he's not even in the frame. Like,
he like,
oh, you good? Are you kidding? Am I good? No.
You done?
No.
I'm not, you know what, honestly, I feel like for me, I just want to pick a different perspective for this, as far as all those things that y'all just said bother me, right? But something else that bothers me about this is the fact that as a woman, right, as a female, when you're in a male-female relationship, or any relationship for the most part, I don't know, but I'm just going to say male-female because I'm a hetero, okay? Like, when you're in a relationship, you want to feel
or a romantic relationship, say that.
Yes, you want to feel feminine and romantic. And I know people are saying, as a man, he should have jumped in just off GP and that type of thing. I'm looking at the fact that if that was her husband, right? So not even boyfriend, girlfriend. If that was your husband, would you look at him and be like, oh, I could, like, I'm trying to say
look at it. What? Finish the statement.
Yeah, people were in the comments saying exactly what I think you're saying. Like, I would be going to the hotel by myself.
Not even just that. It's like, if I'm supposed to feel a certain way about my partner, about the man in my life, I'm supposed to feel a certain way. I'm supposed to feel protected and all those things, right? What has our relationship been? The perspective that I'm talking about is, what has their relationship been? Again, we don't know whether they're boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, whatever, but what has your relationship been to that his first thought is, I'm going to run away and protect me? Yeah. Has she stayed to fight? Right? Like, I'm the fighter, because she could have let her purse go, right? Like, she could have been like, okay, wait, he's got a knife, I'm gonna let my purse go, let him just have it, right? She could have did that, but she stayed to fight. So in my mind, what I was thinking about is the dynamic of their relationship.
Exactly, because the truth is, while there are some situations you kind of have to let play out to see, there are little things throughout a relationship where you see how someone cares when they hear that you're going through conflict, someone, how they react to things when you're struggling. Even if it's not this extreme situation, you see how they stand up for you, even in how you're talking about what's going on in your life, the people who upset you, when they're around those people and how they interact. So a lot of
Yep.
times there are these things that don't quite feel right, and then they get bigger, and then we're like, oh. So I would imagine that this is not like he was a big protector, and then all of a sudden he ran away scared. Like this
Yes,
had to be
that's the
something
part
that
right
was
there. Because I'm
happening.
like, okay. And so I was trying not to say this word, but maybe I could bleep it. If Spotify don't let us keep it on there. But bitch assness is what I was trying not to say. I feel like you had a whole lot of bitch assness in you in this
Yeah.
relationship, and I was just downplaying it because I'm over here like Clarissa Shields, and you over here like Pap. And I ain't gonna say Papoose because Papoose what a papa do.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
I
what do we
think
do?
Yeah.
that's why I almost like want to substantiate the video. Like, let me meet the people because I need to know that this is real, because I don't know a world where that actually happens, where your first instinct isn't to
It's to
protect.
run.
Well,
Yeah.
right. Your first instinct is to run, but not to fight back. Like, and because it wasn't like he was across the street. It wasn't like he was
Right.
that. He was
Where's
right
this?
there, and he ran, and he didn't run to get any help. It's, you know what I'm saying? He didn't
Right.
run. I know that in a situation, I have to talk I feel very protected in my partnership, but I have to remember sometimes my mouth, like let him lead so that because I'll pop off. I'm a grown woman. So I'm just
I
like,
mean,
well, ain't nobody talking to neither one of us like that. Like, and so I can't even, I can't even imagine it.
I can't.
I
I
have
can't
to,
either.
yeah, I
I'm
can't.
gonna
Even
give y'all
like
the
I said,
scenario.
even with girlfriends, huh?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish
But
this
I was
out.
gonna say, even with girlfriends, even with friendships, like everybody on the ground fighting is what is
Yep.
happening in that
Yep.
That
situation.
part all day.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, it made me think of Al and I at Christmas. They brought it up again. They was laughing with the family about, because I could see myself being the fighter that this woman was, right? That this woman is whatever. This person, again, perfect stranger, pulled up on the side of us. I had just washed my truck. I'm driving. My husband's in the passenger seat. He's had a long day or whatever. We're going to dinner. I'm driving. A car pulls up on the side of me, rolls his window down, west side of Chicago, hocks a Louis onto my brand new wash car. I said, I know he did. I know this man did just spit on my car. The light changes and he pulls into the gas station. I pulled in right behind that man and got the popping off, okay? And my husband is saying, look, to your point, Crystal, my husband is saying, hey, like telling me, like, hey, calm down. Like, we don't know what this man got. I said, he don't know what I got. Like, that man, you ain't had nothing with me. I'm just saying, I'm just finna pass the cup. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't
I'm
matter.
finna go in. You know what I'm saying? I got things right here. We finna do it. What you mean? And the guy says, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so now." And he was thugnificent too. And he says, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't know I spit on your car. I didn't know you spit on my car." I said, "You better over there and wipe this shit off." And I literally he went and got the little paper towel
Yeah.
and wiped my car off. And I got back in the car still mad, still fuming. And obviously, again, the older me probably might still do the same thing. I can't say I won't. All I'm saying is, in that moment, that's why I said two things in my man, and in the situation with my husband, he wasn't trying to, like not defend. He was just like, yo, like you're being high-headed. Like think about this. Like we in the wrong part of town.
For this, yeah.
That guy was not, because somebody said, oh, I think I read a comment where somebody said, oh, they're in like Costa Rica or something, like, I don't know, some like Caribbean place. And, they crazy there or whatever. And my man, again, he didn't stay to be like, yo, or try to, defend a calm situation. He just melded
Not
into
even caring what happened to her. I mean, yeah.
There's a bigger message there. Like I'm with Dr. Gaynor. There's a bigger message there because anyone who cares about you, and I'm just talking about Eric. He doesn't. One day I'll tell you the story how he left me in Dublin. But I got back. But I say this because when I say he left me, it's because we got separated. And when we go places, like he may not talk to me for a whole week in this house, but when we on vacation, especially in another country, he is right here. There is no leaving me. I have seen TikToks and Instagrams where they talk about how to protect your partner on trips and make sure that, you know, you're looking at what, you know, it's all of these cue things, and that's your partner. And I know you've seen it where they say the guy is looking around and then the girl is walking and she's like, doo-doo-doo. And in some cases that's me, because I know he's not going anywhere, which is why when he left me in Dublin at TSA, I thought our marriage was over. So I was like, I had a full down meltdown. But yeah, so it's something deeper there that doesn't trigger a reaction that this person that I love is having, or a person that I like. This person that I came on this trip with, it didn't have to be any of those things.
If we going on trips, this is deep, right? If let's say they were boyfriend and girlfriend, we going on trips, and I'm not just talking, we going on trips out the country.
Co-workers.
No, it's this. Yeah, I that just blows my mind. Like my man, he probably would be doing too much, and I'm like, okay, relax, you're doing too much. To the point where if we're walking, he's moving me away from traffic, and he's like, no, I walk here, and that's just going to a restaurant. You
open the doors. It's something. All the things, Dr. Gaynor, all the things,
and even if we're not talking about a romantic relationship, my friends, we're there together. We're going to make sure we're all okay. We're going to defend each other, or die trying. But but even if you were nervous or scared, like was he even in the vicinity to make sure she was okay? It's like you waited till it was okay, but what if something happened? Like that
he was gonna be the one to tell the story. He was gonna be like, "Oh, I don't know."
And there's something to the idea that maybe in certain circumstances people have to go because they feel triggered. But here's the key to that situation: other people came. So at the point that other people were over there, now you have more.
You have backup
for yourself to try to get your friend or whoever out of the circumstance and call the police or whatever. I can see, because I've often always wondered how two people, with the absence of a weapon, how two people can get unalived by just one person. Because it's like there was, how did that circumstance happen? And there's no one else around, but a whole bunch of people came off the street. So it's like, you got some backup now. Tell us, get her purse, get to her.
Right. I mean, look, the way he slid off, he could have went around and like sneaked the dude from the back. You know what I'm saying? Something, come on, run up on the back, do something.
Hit him with his bag. That's why I said,
But what if it was an answered prayer? If there was any question about if this was good or not, or what I should do, then there was no bigger blaring signal to say, yep, it's a no. And you got the help that you needed, so get out now. And if you don't, that's your fault. There is no better.
Send me a sign, Lord. Look, you can't it's God. I ain't gonna be able to get away from him on my own. You know how I feel. He be hitting it right. Just give me a sign, Lord.
Yeah.
That's the sign.
You didn't got 12 other signs, and then you need, okay, well, you know what? You ain't listening. This is the biggest sign I can show you. And if you don't listen now, then it's on you, because I didn't send you lots of signs.
You are no longer a victim, you are a volunteer. Because, come on, what is we doing? No, I refuse. I'm just saying. But
I need a sign, Lord. Well, I sent you a knife. So
there it is. There it is. Now, speaking of knives, I want to say knife to the back. What about your friends, right?
What about
So, Dr. Gaynor, you were talking about a particular situation with some friends in a wedding and a baby shower. Can you fill us in on what that was about?
So it was a meme, and basically, the girl got a phone call from her friend asking her, well, basically saying, I sent you an invitation to my baby shower. I didn't get your RSVP. And she said, yep, I'm not coming. And she said, oh, well, why aren't you coming? And the girl said, well, I didn't get invited to your wedding, so I figured I'm not going to come to your baby shower. And she said, oh, there were personal reasons, you know, it was money, it was this, it was that. She was like, okay, so for personal reasons, I'm not coming to your baby shower. And she was like, well, why are you acting like that? You know, I want you to understand, but I do want you there. And she was like, it sounds like you just want me to come for money, but you couldn't invite me to the union, so why do I need to come to the baby shower? And then the person got upset and she hung up. But the point of it was, I'm okay to get your gift and for something that benefits you, but you're not really including me in your life. I'm like this auxiliary person, so no, I'm gonna say no to that. And I saw it and I laughed, and I was actually in the car with my best friend when I was showing it to her, but it reminded me of just how a lot of times with friendships, a lot of times it can be very conditional, and people can have a lot of reasons why they don't always include you, and people can use you. And I know I have in the past felt bad about saying no for something like that, because you just kind of feel obligated. I guess she invited me, but no is no. I don't want to go. And I really like the fact that she said, no, honestly, I'm not going to not RSVP or duck it or just act like it didn't happen. I'm going to just be very clear. I don't want to do this, and that's not okay. And I think that happens a lot, kind of like those friendship breakups that maybe we don't necessarily think about, but sometimes friendships expire. So,
Ooh, do they?
mhm.
I start questioning myself as a friend, to be honest with you. If I'm being like fully transparent, I really start questioning how I am as a friend to other people. Because, you know, like you can view yourself a certain way, you know, as a friend and that type of thing. And my priorities to me are in order. And again, to me, I feel like I'm being a good friend, right? Like I'm paying attention to your social cues. I'm paying attention to what's going on with you, you know, and all that fun stuff, and just trying to, you know, be the support and be the fun person when you need, you know, fun and that sort of thing. And I often find, not in every case, obviously, right? I'm in my big fours. Um, but in quite a few cases, like, yeah, these friendships aren't reciprocal, or they're not, I ain't gonna say not reciprocal, they're conditional, right? Like, you know, invite me to the, like you said, invite me to the baby shower, but not the wedding, or, you know, it's, if I don't call you, I never hear from you. You know what I mean? Type of thing. And I'm like, even at my big age, I still have difficulty navigating that, because, and again, to me, I'm a genuine person. I'm pretty straightforward, but I also care about people's feelings, right? So I don't want somebody to feel any type of way if I say, excuse me, if I say, you know, hey, this friendship ain't working out, and for these reasons.
No,
Now
think
what?
that
Like,
well, no, Sabrina, I think you're incredibly intentional, and I appreciate that, and I think that
thank
as
you.
a friend, and I think that I go back and forth. I have learned to put people in the layer of friendships that they belong in, so that there are no expectations for me from them, because I think that people have lives. We all have lives, right? And I
Mhm.
think that you have, and I learned that from being a friend to someone who I realized later was sort of transactional. It was a great transactional friendship, but I realized I didn't go to a layer deeper with that person, where I was going on trips with her and going to her house. Like she had she had great boundaries in that. I just had to understand that, okay, this is something new for me, where I have friends in this situation, I have friends in that situation. You have your really, really close friends, and everyone has their role. I think the process becomes that even in the role that you're in with the person, if they're not even doing anything in that, then that's when
Mhm.
those kind of expire. Like I have some friends that I know right now, if I never talk to them throughout the year, the whole year, I'm gonna talk to them
Mhm.
twice a year, their birthday, my birthday, and we're fine with that. But then I have some people who, if I expect more from them and they expect more from me. So when the breakdown happens, it's like, okay, so what exactly is happening here? So, it's like the establishment of where you are with the friendship. What layer are you? Because then I don't expect those things from you. There's some people I know ain't going to have to call me. And then, but I also don't want to necessarily be that person. I tell people, if you're in my phone, then there's a reason for you to be in my life, because I'm trying to take the people that are not supposed to be in my life out of my phone.
Out of your phone.
And that means when you text me, that for me, that's the texting thing. Like, I don't care who you are and how long I ain't talked to you. If you text me, I'm texting you back, because to me, I need to recognize you. But where you fit in my life, that layer, that's might be different. That might definitely be different.
That's such a good point. I think I'm learning that because I've had such long-term friendships that when I moved to Georgia, I tried to fit everyone into that mold. And so I think I had a really hard time with friendships, not because I wasn't meeting good people, but because I was trying to make everybody like those friends. And I have a friend who I've known since 7th grade who's just like what you said. We talk once or twice a year, and she reminds me, because we've known each other since 7th grade, that I would get so upset. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I'll talk to her. I'm gonna go visit her in a few weeks, and it's all good. And I kind of appreciate those friendships as I get older, but learning that everyone doesn't fit into the same mold. And also learning that even with my closest friends, based on where we are in life, we might not be as close. Like, I have one friend who I always say, this is just not our season to be talking all the time. And I'm okay with that, because I know we'll come back around to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I like that. Okay, this is not our season to be talking.
Yeah, this is not our season to be super close, and that's okay. Like, being okay with the fact that we have that established relationship, and that's not where we are now. And I also think that I've also learned to be okay with the ebbs and flows, because I feel like I was the single friend for so long, and now that I'm not the single friend, everybody look at, where you at? What you doing? I don't talk to you. You don't. I got things I'm doing. Oh, we not spending your birthday together. So I'm probably now on the other side seeing there's just other things that are going on, and really trying not to take it personally, because when people are going through stuff in life, they're not thinking about you. It's not really about you. It's about what they have going on. And I would take it so to heart that now I'm like, it's not about you, Brianna. It's not about you, and just trying to be okay with that.
I do think that friendships do require, I don't think friendships require a lot of work. I think friendships require intentionality. I think that, as we get older, the people in our lives become so much more important, because we have so many life circumstances that kind of can kick things out, and we're all busy. So you do have to be intentional, even if that intention is to say, this isn't our season to be talking every day. And I love that. And I tell people all the time, you can tell me anything. If you say, Crystal, I'm not gonna be able to call you. I have a friend right now who I know, due to their life and the fact that they have a 7-year-old, that when they come home, they don't talk on the phone. Like, they can't, like, it's not happening. So I'm gonna get a call from this person or a text from this person either really, really late at night, which for me, my season for having that happen is not now, because I'm trying to get good sleep, or they're going to try to catch me. I know that I can't call them. They have to call me. But when they call, I try to make the time. Like, you do these things, and that's intentional, but we have a conversation, or we have some type of communication that says that. I do think friends that ghost you, or friends like the whole baby shower, that type of thing just doesn't get to me. Like, if you can't come to the baby shower, I can't come to the baby shower. If I can't come to the wedding, I can't come to the wedding. Weddings and baby showers are expensive. Save me $1. I'll send you a card. But that's just me. Like, I guess it depends on how many bridesmaids and how many weddings you've been to in your life. Like, I'm good. You want us a card? I'm good. We're good over here. How many baby showers? So yeah, but yeah, I love that this is not our season, and I think, I that might get a T-shirt.
This is what I said. That's a whole word, Dr. Gaynor. Like, listen, we don't need a whole word on that. We gonna need a whole sermon. We gonna need a whole little TED talk on this is not our,
because that's really what it is. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, you have layers, you have seasons. If someone is sick, like the year that I had breast cancer, I didn't do anything for anybody, including being a good friend, because I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But the next year, it was COVID. But you know what? It's interesting because it was COVID and I was in infectious diseases, and I was the friend that answered everybody's phone call for a whole year until, while things were out of control, because I wanted to be there for everybody, because the year prior, I felt like everybody gave, they needed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Layers.
But I think you're also right too. The thing that I also always thought was it's important to also be intentional with your friends, make the effort, whatever that looks like. Don't just push them off and act like they're not important for the friendships that are important. And if it's not reciprocal, that also kind of tells you something. You're putting forth effort, you're having conversations maybe, and if that's not met or the person is not giving you what you need, that's okay too. But maybe that's also tells you where to prioritize them. So
exactly. I think that I don't get upset if somebody can't do certain things, but that does mean that I have a choice to make, right?
Absolutely.
I have a choice to make whether or not I'm going to continue to pursue or put them into okay, now in this season, I have to move them over here. And it's fine. As adults, I think you can't get out of that. Like we're in the seasons of taking, if we are blessed to still have our parents, we're in the season of taking care of these parents. Like, and that's, if you're like, oh, we don't have kids, we can go out and party. Well, no, I got a grown parent over here that I got to take care of now. So
and I gotta tell she can't go outside today.
Like, exactly. I gotta tell her start ripping and running in the middle of the street. Like, what are you doing? So yeah.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. Listen, what about your friends, y'all? What about your friends? Have you experienced anything similar, or are you having difficulty navigating? And I'm gonna have Dr. Gaynor say it one more time. What it is, Dr. Gaynor? What it is?
Maybe right now this is just not our season to be talking all the time.
I want y'all to put this is not our season in the chat. That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting a t-shirt like this is not our season. And I'm aware that when people randomly walk up to me.
Trademark for Dr. Gaynor. Boom. Can't nobody mess with it. We first usage rights today. Boom.
It's not our season. Don't walk up to me and ask me this is not your season to talk to me.
Right, I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
Read the shirt.
So with that, I will end with my handles. You all can follow me at author Sabrina Childress across all social media platforms except for TikTok. I don't do that. And make sure you all subscribe to our YouTube channels, our respective YouTube channels, to again keep up with longer form content and things like that. And for now, and then until later, we'll see you later. Bye.
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 And my marker. Okay, I know you had the hard stop at 8, so it's exactly 8.
No, I'm listening. Eric's on Twitch, so we're good. I have to make sure I start monitoring his Twitch, but I'm fine. So what's going on? Okay,
I was like, yeah. See, I was looking at the clock, like, okay, let me make sure I get it. Did you all watch the other episode? Here, I'm gonna